Hi everyone, Pocono Prepper here, and just a few more ideas for those of you that don't have a spouse on board and you don't know quite what to do. These are some ideas that I have because one day my husband is going to be on board, and when he is, I want to be set to go. These are some of my books. This little book here I love. It's from the 1940s. You can still get it online. It's in print. And it's called The Have More Plan. A Little Land, a Lot of Living. It is a really awesome book, and it shows you exactly what you can plant or what you can grow or what kind of animals you can have for the amount of land that you have. I also have the Seed to Seed book, which I got all these on Amazon. I have Mary Bell's Dehydrator, which is the complete book on dehydrating, and I love this book because not only does it teach you about dehydrating, which Dehydrate to Store is an excellent web on YouTube to go to for dehydrating too. She has lots of really neat recipes that you can follow, so she's good. I have the How to Grow It and Cook It cookbook. I've got Backyard Homesteads, Nourishing Traditions, which is really good because this is all about pickling and preserving. I have the Encyclopedia of Country Living. These are all books that I have ordered, bought, I have put aside so that when the time comes, I have information that I can get going on. Now, some of the other things that I do, because my husband is not into prepping yet, I have been doing a different kind of prepping. I'm in my garage now. These are additional cookbooks and things that I have. I have 1001 4-ingredient recipes because you don't know when things get tough. Maybe you're only going to have a handful of stuff. 4 ingredients. All right? This I love. This is called Make a Mix Cookery. And what this does is this is done by 3 women, and they teach you how to have quick mixes made. Quick mixes like Bisquick. Instead of paying $8 for a large box of Bisquick, you can make your own for next to nothing. These, which I have, which I'll put on my car, and hopefully you can see a little bit. This is from 2 girls, Jody and Julie, and on their website, which is Food Storage Made Easy. I don't know if my phone will pick up on this or not. It won't. But it's Food Storage Made Easy, and they offer this free on their website. Every single week you get an email sent to you with stuff to download. And as you can see, I've got 2 little notebooks filled with it. And what this is every week they give you checklists for things that you can do in your baby steps. Okay? Like here it says what your family plan is, your disaster kit, your evacuation plan. Further down in the book, it gives you a website to go to, which I would like to, where you can plug in how many people are in your family, how many ages that are from 0 to 6, how many that are over 7, and this is your food storage calculator, okay? And in it, which you can't really see, but that's okay, you can see I've done it, it tells you how many grains you need, how much wheat, how much flour, how much rice. Here, I have it down for 4 adults and 1 child. Well, I need 225 pounds of rice for 1 year. Okay, this is a 1-year list, and it tells you how much evaporated milk, how much dry milk, how much fruit drink, how much water you need, how much salt you need. Because if you have a spouse like mine who is not on board, and then all of a sudden they decide they're going to get on board and they say, oh boy, we've got to do something, what are you going to do? How much do you buy? You know, are you going to have too much of one thing, not enough of another? Well, you have to have a starting point. You have to have a guideline. These are all guidelines. The other thing I want to point out is that certain things take a while to save up and buy. All right? That's my water bath. My husband calls that my nuclear reactor. By the way, if you go to the essential website, emergency essentials website, that was only like $280 or something like that. If you go on Amazon or you go on eBay, you can find it for $489. So kind of check around before you go buying. That's my small pressure canner. That's another pot that I have that my husband used to make beer in, but I can use that as a pressure canner. Now, that pressure canner doesn't have this base ring that goes in the bottom to elevate the lids and jars on. You can't put a jar into a pot unless you have something in it to keep the lids up, and that's what you can use these for. This is my bag that I keep all of my screw tops and stuff in, because I not only use my canning jars to can, I also use my canning jars to store in. This is all my food storage. Okay, besides a couple little canned goods that I have in the basement. You can see I don't have much. But that's my dehydrated stuff. Again, not a lot, but I'm learning to dehydrate. I'm learning how to can. I'm buying my things that I need so that when my husband says, okay, let's get going, I'm ready to go. You can do food prep without actually doing food storage. Don't get discouraged. Don't get upset. There are things you can do. These are my cans. These 3 boxes, I was at a barn sale, and these have a dozen 1-quart canning jars in them. I only paid $2 a box for. That thing on the top is for me to make, I have to scrub it up, it's old, but the blades on it are good. That is my cabbage shredder because I'm going to make coleslaw. I happen to have a crock down at the bottom there that you see, and that crock I bought is for storing my cabbage. Now, if you've never bought a crock, crocks, if they're good, have a ting, and I know this probably doesn't look good because I don't have good light, but if you hit a crock pot, you will hear that it rings. If it rings, it's a good crock pot. If it doesn't ring, there is a crack in it and it will be no good for using. And that's my cat. So please don't get discouraged. Please don't be upset. There are things you can do. If you don't have a dehydrator, this is my dehydrator. It's an Excalibur dehydrator. You can barely see it because of the way the light is. But that's my food dehydrator. There are things you can save for, things that you can do. Don't think, oh my goodness, I don't have, a year's supply of food in my home. Well, I don't either. But it doesn't stop me from prepping. And prepping takes on many forms. And some of those forms is that you buy the equipment that you need, you get your lists made of what you want to have, and you put it away. And then when your husband or your wife comes on board, you say, look what I have, I'm ready. Those are our targets for when we're doing target practice. So everybody have a great day. I hope this helps a little bit. And this is Pocono Prepper.